Wall Street rallied on Friday to end a volatile week as economic data helped investors look past the growing likelihood that the Federal Reserve will have to keep its restrictive policy in place to tame inflation until late in the year. The Dow gained more than 1%, the S&P 500 climbed 1.6%, and the Nasdaq jumped nearly 2%. U.S. Treasury yields eased in the wake of comments from Fed officials that calmed fears over inflation and interest rates. And Carol Schleif, Chief Investment Officer at BMO Family Office, said investors are growing more accustomed to higher rates for longer.
You've seen in some of the Fed funds markets that they've priced in a much higher terminal rate than they had even a week or two ago. And I think a lot of the positive economic numbers and the fact that have really supported markets this week, technically bouncing off of, for the S&P, bouncing off that 4,000 level and finding support there has been helpful. And I think people are adopting a more constructive mindset based on the fact that the economy is doing well, consumers are doing well, businesses are doing overall handling the higher rates pretty well too.
Economic data released on Friday showed steady demand for services, with Purchasing Managers' Indexes, or PMI, indicating that activity in the sector continues to expand even as input prices cool. Apple jumped 3.5% after Morgan Stanley said the stock could rally more than 20% this year on potential hardware subscription. Broadcom advanced 5.7% after the chip maker forecast second quarter revenue above analyst estimates as increased investments in AI spurred demand for chips. Among the losers, Costco slipped 2.1% on the heels of its revenue miss as high inflation dampened consumer demand. And chipmaker Marvell Technology slid 4.7% in the wake of the company's quarterly profit miss and disappointing revenue forecast.
Microsoft could be one step closer to securing its $69 billion deal to buy Call of Duty maker Activision. Reuters sources say the takeover is set to get the green light from EU competition watchdogs. They say that Brussels won't require Microsoft to sell any assets, but it will have to offer licensing deals to rivals such as Sony, and it may have to provide assurances on the future conduct of the merged company. Microsoft announced the Activision bid last year, and it would be the software giant's biggest ever acquisition. It's meant to help the firm battle gaming market leaders like Sony and China's Tencent. Last month, Microsoft President Brad Smith said the firm would offer licensing deals, but would not sell the lucrative Call of Duty franchise. It has signed 10-year deals with Nintendo and Nvidia to bring the game to their platforms. Those agreements are conditional on approval for the Activision deal. But the takeover still faces hurdles. UK watchdogs are conducting a probe, while in the US, the Federal Trade Commission has asked a judge to block the deal.
Lufthansa shares flew up more than 6% on Friday. That after the German airline posted what it called a clear positive result for last year. And it further said earnings would improve significantly this year too. Last year passenger numbers doubled and net revenue almost did the same compared to 2021. The figures were still below pre-health crisis levels, but the improved numbers led CEO Carsten Spohr to announce Lufthansa is back. The carrier reported a full-year operating profit of $1.6 billion, up from the near $1.7 billion loss a year before. Passenger numbers hit 72% of 2019's level. Friday's update caught the attention of Germany's Verdi union. It has recently planned strikes impacting airports and flights. Now Verdi argues Lufthansa should negotiate a better deal with employees due to its return to profit.